Welcome back, everyone, to episode 2 of Iron Seth. Last week there was a little doubt whether we'd ever be on the air again, but by such popular acclaim we decided to film a second video. We are here in Washington, D.C. It's a cold Sunday afternoon. Perfect time for some brunch. So I'm going to pour myself a cup of tea, and we're going to get started. Today we're going to make omelets. Who doesn't like an omelet? There's a million ways to make omelets out there, but we're going to show you one almost foolproof technique for making a great omelet. Oh my God, somebody's calling. They apparently love us and want to get in on the show. We'll have to leave them be because we're going to cook. So we're going to make caramelized onion and spinach omelets. So step A, we're going to fire up the pan on the burner and throw a little butter in. I love me some butter. You can use whatever fat you want. Yesterday I was making bacon. We could use bacon fat. If you're trying to cut the calories from fat, you could use pan spray or nothing at all if you have a good Teflon pan. But we're just going to cut some onion thinly. And the idea behind caramelizing an onion is that you're going to cook it relatively slowly or over sort of a medium flame until the onion gets really nice and soft and brown and all the sugars caramelize up and make the onion go from really pungent to sweet. So we're going to cook that onion on the back burner until it's nice and soft and brown. And basically, what we'll end up with at the end, through the magic of cook-at-home TV, we've got some already cooked. But you see how these onions are super soft and brown? That's exactly what we want to have happen. Those are our caramelized onions. Now, the other thing we're going to do is we're going to add to that some spinach. So I've got some spinach here, but obviously it's an omelet. You can put in whatever you want. We're going to just throw a little spinach once the onions are already brown, because this will only take a minute or two, into the pan and let it cook up. Now, probably want to have some toast with our omelet, so I'm going to take a delicious whole grain bread I've got here. We're going to put a piece of toast in the toaster, so by the time we finish, it'll be ready to go. Alright, now on to the critical part, the eggs, because this is what the omelet is all about. I hope you all like eggs. They're a good, cheap source of protein, healthy, and wonderful for you. Now, if you have the choice, I would recommend buying free-range or organic eggs. The problem is they're still a little bit more expensive, but free-range eggs mean the chickens have not been confined in little coops, but they've been allowed to roam outside and play, and they're not being fed with pesticides or hormones. So we're going to make a 3-egg omelet today. You use whatever eggs you have available, and we just crack our eggs into the bowl. We're going to throw a little twist of pepper and a shake of salt in there. Pinch of salt. While we're at it, we can throw some in our onions and our spinach. Now when I'm making an omelet, like to thin it out a little bit so we get the right consistency of the eggs. So we're going to put about a teaspoon of milk, soy milk, even water if you want, into the 3 eggs just to thin them out a little bit. Now, the best way to beat the eggs is with a fork. Just take your trusty old fork, and we want to make sure we stir from the bottom. It's not about stirring the eggs this way, but it's about getting air into them. So we're going to beat from the bottom up, getting as much air into the eggs as we can, until the yolks and the whites are all beat up in a nice, soft little yellow color, and that's the color we want. We've got the eggs going. Meanwhile, I'm going to fire up an omelet pan. Now, the ideal pan for an omelet is going to be something relatively small. This is maybe about 5 or 6 inches across. That's all you need. Teflon is great. What a wonderful invention. It keeps it from sticking. Nice sloped edges. And we're going to put this on the heat, again, with a little bit of fat in there. But if you have a good Teflon pan, you don't have to use it. I think it makes it taste better. Throw a little butter in the pan. Let that heat up to over about medium-high heat is what we want. Finish beating our eggs, stirring from the bottom, getting all that air into them so the omelet will be light and full. Now, the wonderful Julia Child once told us that an omelet is basically soft cooked scrambled eggs tucked inside a blanket of firmly cooked scrambled eggs. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to make soft eggs and create a nice outside. This is our omelet technique. We get the heat going to medium-high. We've got our vegetables cooking on the back burner. The eggs are going to go into the pan. Just a nice thick layer of eggs. Now we are not, I repeat, N-O-T, not making scrambled eggs. So we're not going to over stir them too much. We won't want to disturb them. The omelet needs time to set. So what we want to do is fire this up and watch it, and you'll see the eggs begin to set, begin to take shape. And as the eggs take shape, what we're going to do is pull them away from the edge and pour the liquid back to where we pulled from. So I'm going to pull the solid eggs in and pour the liquid away. It's going to be a little hard to give you a demo, but basically we're pulling the solid eggs into the middle and pouring the liquid away. As soon as this sets up a little more, I'll show you how it's done. So we pull those solid eggs into the middle and pour the liquid back to the missing side. And we're going to keep doing that. And what that's doing is it's keeping the eggs moving, it's keeping them from sticking to the bottom, and it's making sure all the liquid gets cooked. We obviously don't want to eat raw egg, but we do want it to be soft and fluffy in the middle. And so we push those eggs to the middle. This is only going to take about 3 or 4 minutes, I'd say. And as you can start to see, if I show you again, now there's not as much liquid left. We're pulling the solid eggs in and pulling the liquid away. And we're going to keep doing that until there's basically no liquid left to run away. And that's when we're going to know we're done. So we pull and drain and pull and drain and pull and drain. It's a methodical thing. You got to do it right though, and you got to be gentle. Look how pale yellow it is, like a beautiful flowers on a spring morning. Here we are on a cold winter day, and we're going to eat some wonderful fresh fruit to wake us up, a little protein. So now basically almost all of the eggs are set. It's a little runny in the middle, but the edges are all set. And now here's the key part. We're going to drop that flame down. We've got our onions, beautifully caramelized, and some nice soft fresh spinach. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to use a prop on stage. We're going to put all the filling onto one side of the omelet, onto one side of the eggs. One half of the circle. And this is how we're going to get a beautiful rolled omelet. I really suggest you never flip your omelet. We don't want it brown. We just want it cooked. Ta-da! So we've now rolled the spinach and the delicious sweet caramelized onions onto one side of the omelet. Put it back on for maybe half a shake. Again, the middle still looks soft. We want it to be that way. I want a little bit of cheese on here, so we're going to take a little bit of salty cheese, grate it right over the eggs. On top of the fillings, fresh cheese, wonderful dairy, fresh from the farm, combination of cheese and eggs in the morning, what could beat it? And now, pull our toast from the oven. Here is our key moment, ladies and gentlemen, of the morning. Now here's how we get the omelet out and make it look like a delicious presentation. We're going to take the dry side of the omelet, that doesn't have the ingredients in it. We're going to fold it up over the top to make a half moon. Now you'll notice this is not brown. We don't want our omelet brown, we just want it firm. And then we're going to, basically our wonderful Teflon pan, we're going to slide the omelet out of the pan. They're calling me! They can't handle it! It looks so good! Do you want some omelet? And there it is, our perfect half moon omelet with a piece of toast. I'd like to invite someone to come taste this. Does anyone want a bite? Come on, guests at home. Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. Come behind, join me in the kitchen. We got this delicious spinach and caramelized onion omelet, ready for your eating, soft in the middle, a little bit salty, a little bit sweet.
Soft and firm.
Tell me how it is, James.
I'll tell you.
Can we take it to the bank?
With interest.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on episode 2 of Iron Seth. We hope you'll be back next week.